It was the last chance. It was a nightclub in the desert called the Last Chance. A cluttered dive of stones and wheels. It was a refuge for the rootless of the world, washed up like driftwood on the sand. And we were there. It seemed so long ago. They came from nowhere. The lost, the broken, and the mad, as if from nowhere. They blundered in like blind invaders, while Mahalia boomed a gospel song, and candles blurred the gloom. They drank and argued till the dawn had drained the night away.
Among the seekers after oil or truth or a home, among the businessmen, the pickpockets and whores, among the soldiers and the tourists, some had names and histories. Mayer, with his stone-bald head, built like a butcher, which he was. He made his money dealing in pork, though not on the Sabbath. They said his parents were killed in Belsen. They say he saw his sister raped. But no one really knew. Stories swirled about like dust on the desert wind. You never knew what was true. But in the end, it didn't really matter. There he was. And Sam, with his mournful expression and his mobile face like crumpled leather. There he was, a dancer, light on his feet. Theirs was a needle match, each trying to outscore the other. Sam out of mischief, Mayer out of a desire for victory. So they came out of opposite corners of the ring in every argument. Everything was an argument, like the Sinai campaign. For Mayer, that was a time of glory. That was when we found out we were strong, he said. Strong, shrugged Sam. Who needs it? So Mayer pinned his arms behind his back and forced him to his knees. You do, Jew, he said. The general opinion was that Mayer won that round.
They came from nowhere. The lost, the broken, and the mad, as if from nowhere. They blundered in like blind invaders, while Mahalia boomed a gospel song, and candles blurred the gloom. They drank and argued till the dawn had drained the night away. Do you remember the day the Bedouins came to town? I still remember their women standing still as stone, their silent shapes cocooned in black against the whitewashed walls that echoed back the sun to blind the eyes, ghosts from another world.
You know what's wrong with Israel, said Mayer one night. I know, said Sam, dancing and grinning. Too many Arabs, right? Wrong, said Mayer. Too many Jews. Look at them. Rabble. They don't speak Hebrew. Half of them. Rabble. Take the Yemenis. Donkey riders. Never set foot in a bus before they came here, and their women, all whores. What about the Romanians? Sam threw in obligingly. All thieves, said Mayer. They say all Hungarians are bald, said Sam, and raised his eyes to the heavens. Mayer ignored him. We must forge one nation, he said. We must weld the youth into one nation. Why? Said Sam. How? Said Sam. In the fire, Mayer went on. In the heat of battle, we will become one nation. Under King Solomon, Israel was a great nation, rich and powerful. One day she will be so again. Sam sighed. We are Jews, he said. Why should our children turn into Israelis? History loves a winner, said Mayer. No more guilt, no more fear, no more being strangers, no more being different. I like being different, Sam said, throwing his arms out. I want to be different. Mayer stood up, pointed a thick finger at him, and yelled, He thinks he's funny. This Jew thinks he's funny. No wonder they fed you into the gas ovens.
Do you remember the day the Bedouins came to town? I still remember the women waiting still as stone, their silent shapes cocooned in black against the whitewashed walls that echoed back the sun to blind the eyes. Ghosts from another world. Across the desert, the road carved southward to the Red Sea through the desert, a cratered moonscape made of sand. We saw the burning fists of rock and felt the wind that sucked us dry and heard those urging, stirring songs. Always new lands to tame.
Mayer liked telling stories of how, in the War of Independence, he blew up Arab homes. He knew Sam would become agitated. It would turn Sam inside out. It was not true, he said. You did not do that. Why not, said Mayer. Facts. Now there's nothing left for them to return to, only stones. Let them find homes with their own kind. I want nothing to do with such facts, said Sam. Where would you be without them, sneered Mayer. We made this country, he said. Before us, what was there? Marshland, desert. The promise was to us. The desert shall blossom like a rose. There were people, said Sam, like us, with hopes and dreams. Hopes and dreams, Mayer spat the words out. You think you can buy the future with dreams? He took a pile of notes from his pocket and threw them on the table. There, he said, facts. Money, don't give me your dreams. Sam turned away and began to find a dance with his feet, like a child taking his first steps, while Mahalia sang on, her voice intense with joy and pain of believing. But Mayer wasn't finished. This man is full of dreams, he taunted, full of could-have-beens. A dancer he could have been, a mime artist he could have been. It's true, said Sam as he moved and swayed to the music. I could have been a great mime artist. And slowly his mournful face upturned and his hands outstretched. He wove a strange shuffling dance around the pillars and the wheels and the homemade stools, round the stolen signposts indicating Ramallah 45 kilometers away, round the lacquered stones and pieces of driftwood, twisted, gnarled, and desolated by the wind and the waves. Mayer's stoneball head seemed to swell with fury. Displaying himself, he said contemptuously. Where's the dignity? He pushed aside his cognac, pulled himself to his feet, and picked up a stone and grabbed it in his bunched fist. And in his eyes was a peculiar sort of hatred. And suddenly, the jangle of noise, the clattering, the shouting, the laughing fell away to a whisper. Everyone turned to watch. There was only the sound of Mahalia singing and the shuffling steps of Sam's dance. Could we have guessed then how it would be? Could we have seen then in Mayer's eyes those certainties, facts? The houses were torn apart, the torture, the weeping, the children burning, the fragmentation bombs, the phosphorus bombs. Facts, the shortest distance between the past and the future. But we saw only Mayer, stone in his hand, in his fist, and waiting in silence for what he would do. Sit down, he said in a low voice. Sit down. Then he hurled the stone with all his force, not at Sam exactly, but still at him. It smashed against the pillar and clattered to the floor. Sam froze, stopped dancing, a silent shape in the candle gloom. His mournful face crumpled and yellow. It seemed to us he was about to cry. Then he put his arms about his head as if to protect himself, turning in on himself. I want to go home, he said. I want to go home.
They came from nowhere, the lost, the broken, and the mad, as if from nowhere. They plundered in like blind invaders, while Mahalia boomed a gospel song, and candles blurred the gloom. They drank and argued till the dawn had drained the night away. It was the last chance. It was a nightclub in the desert called the Last Chance. A cluttered dive of stones and wheels. It was a refuge for the rootless of the world, washed up like driftwood on the sand. And we were there. It seemed so long ago.